There are 7 seas and 700 cruise ships.
70,000 crew members and 7 million passengers. Each has a story to tell.
Every week we take you onto the bridge, below the decks and behind the scenes.
So pack your bags, it's time to seize the day.
I'm Catherine O'Connor, and unlike James, I'm definitely a cruise virgin.
Which, Catherine, to be honest, that's a very, very sad state of affairs at your age.
Be nice. I've never been on a ship, and let's face it, like a lot of people, I'm yet to be convinced.
And I couldn't be any more different. My name's James Hardy and I'm a total cruise crazy. So much so, Catherine, that for years and years and years, my friends have called me... years and years. Julie, the cruise director. And now, I couldn't work out why. And then I did some Googling and I thought... I hope it's not because of my love of a buffet. I'm not sure they're being...
I'm staying away from that one.
I'm not sure they're being particularly kind.
Each week, we'll feature a live at sea interview with industry insiders. It could be a captain, pastry chef, a butler, or even a cruise director.
Catherine, you said you wouldn't go there. No matter what questions you've got about the industry, we're going to have the answers for you here each week. Now, it could be how to find the very best discounts, to questions about tipping, seasickness, cabin selection, drink packages, or even something I think everyone's going to be interested in, how to score an upgrade.
Yes, please. We'll be sailing off each episode to the most exotic ports in the world. One week it could be the Med, maybe the south of France, Italy, or what about Croatia? The next could be the tropical Bahamas, or even if we're lucky, the sublime Bora Bora.
So whether you're on a tight budget or you're pondering a 6-star experience for the first time, planning a honeymoon, family vacation, or even a canal boat on the grand rivers of Europe.
So what are we waiting for? It's now or never.
It's time to seize the day. Catherine, are you ready to go across to Seabourn and meet Kyle?
Oh, yes, I am. I've got my cocktail.
And I've got mine here too. So I believe it's happy hour in the Bahamas. So Kyle, can you hear me?
Hello, James. Hello, Catherine.
Oh, hi,
Hello.
Kyle.
Val.
And we're here with Val as well and Catherine. And Kyle, introduce Kathleen for us, please.
So Kathleen, just like James, is one of our top senior agents at KVI, one of the best travel agents in the business. She's from Western Canada, like as am I, and as KVI's headquarters.
And Kyle, have you been on Seabourn before?
This is our first Seabourn cruise.
Okay, well, that's fantastic.
I'm beyond impressed.
What is your wow factor? What does Seabourn do better than any of the other cruises you've been on?
I'll tell you, running KVI for 22 years, the luxury lines that we work with, Regent, Silversea, Seabourn, Crystal, Cunard, Fogogan. I didn't put Seabourn at the top of that list. I put them somewhere in the middle of the 6-star luxury cruise lines. I can say today that I put them at the top of the list. They have blown me away, and the number one reason that I say that is the people on board. And if I use an analogy, it's that a lot of luxury products, whether it's Four Seasons hotels or a high-end cruise line, they'll treat you like a VIP. They'll treat you like a celebrity. They'll treat you like yes or and sort of work for their tips, and it's wonderful treatment to be treated that way. But the people here on Seabourn treat us like a very important family member, and that's a really interesting distinction. They take care of us, and they actually care about us. They want to know about our lives. They like to share about theirs, and it feels like just another level of service. It's unlike a level higher.
It's unlike any experience, any service experience I've had before, because I equate it to being like Disneyland for adults, and just everything is perfect from the moment you wake up in the morning. Those amazing sheets and the best sleep you've ever had, and that amazing the furnishings in the room, and you go into the bathroom and all that marble and all the bath products. And then you go outside, you've got the most amazing stuff, and you have the breakfast and lunch and dinners and the shows. It's just my first Seabourn adventure, which I had with Val. We were doing a distinctive voyage hosting gig, and I was almost to the point of tears 3 times, simply because everything was perfect. Just you looked around, it was just and that's not just one moment, it's the whole 7 days or 14 days that you're on board. So Kathleen, your experience, your history of Seabourn?
The crew is spectacular. The service is like nothing I've ever experienced before in any luxury hotel or cruise line. the way I like to think of it is they do not have no in their vocabulary. And I mean that sincerely. It's my husband and my anniversary today.
Oh,
And
happy
Aw,
anniversary.
happy
Well, let's all
anniversary.
have a drink.
Thank you.
Cheers.
And we are going to the Thomas Keller restaurant tonight. And prior to that, they have offered a bottle of champagne. They have offered caviar. They have offered hors d'oeuvres to come up to our suite prior to going down to Thomas Keller because it's our anniversary.
So tell me about the penthouse suite that you're in. I understand that it's a spa suite. So for the pretty
Right.
woman in all of us, tell,
Mm.
what's it like?
Even before you walk in the door, these penthouse spa suites are very special. They were added as a retro after the ship was originally built, and the elevator only goes up to floor 9, and then from there, on the 9th floor, you walk right through the spa, and you have this beautiful marble spa all around you. And at the back of the spa, there's this little spiral staircase. It's almost like a hidden secret, like a Harry Potter secret door thing.
Oh,
And you go up the staircase, and all of a sudden you're in this very small hallway that goes across the ship widthwise, and there's 4 doors, and those are the 4 penthouse spa suites. And so these are the only 4 cabins on the ship that face off the back. So if you look out the window here, we have this very large balcony with tables and chairs, and we're looking out the wake of the boat at the back of the ship.
And Kyle,
it's just the most spectacular.
I live in a high rise. It's actually bigger than my apartment from the photos they've seen. And
Well, we do have this amazing master bedroom that's got a giant glass window so we can open and close the curtains from the bedroom into the living room. Then that looks out into the sea, so you can look at the ocean from your bed, or you can close it off for a good night's sleep. We've got amenities galore all over the place, bath products and champagne and chocolates, and a coffee station. They have a tea station that changes every day with different teas and different drinks and nibbles.
Val, do you have any questions for Kathleen and Kyle?
Well, just really to agree with them about this, not just VIP service, but the fantastic feeling you get. You're one of the family, and as you know, when we went on our Seabourn, our first Seabourn, we were actually hosting, and honestly, they just couldn't do enough for us. They were just wonderful, and like you say, it's not like you're being served. It's like you are part of their family, and they are looking after you. I've just found it incredible.
Yeah. So Kathleen, what are your top 3? Quickly, just your top 3.
The sommelier has been outstanding. They offer, of course, complimentary wines with lunch and dinner. And my husband, we really enjoy wines, and we like trying different wines. And
So do we.
sommelier,
We're hosties. We love
yeah.
a good wine.
We do.
Kathleen, 2 other quick things, Kathleen.
The menu, lots of choices on the menu. The lunch is a themed lunch every single day, different theme, and amazing choices. So there's that. And okay, the third is this is something spectacular for me. I brought my own protein powder on board. And I went down to the restaurant at breakfast the first day, and I asked if they would make me a smoothie. They took my bag of protein powder and they said, "We will make you this smoothie every single day. What time do you want it delivered to your cabin every morning?" And I said 8 o'clock, and it has been at my door 8 o'clock every single morning.
It's just incredible, isn't it?
Spectacular.
Wow. I hear there's a whole mindfulness focus on this ship. There's some sort of spa wellness center. Is that correct?
Yeah, and most ships do have excellent spas, but this one is spectacular. I also got to say the celebrity, the Edge class celebrity ships are also spectacular spas, but this one is excellent. Lindsay had a pedicure that was just the best pedicure she's had in her life. She can tell you about that. And they also have really good, I forget what it's called, but like lecturer series where they have experts on board giving talks throughout the cruise as well, on different topics.
And what about entertainment? Have you seen one of my favorite shows when I was on board with Val was the Tim Rice show? Is that on the ships at the moment?
The Tim Rice show is incredible.
Yeah.
The performers are like world class, like the way they can project and their range, and the dancers are also world class. Like Seabourn doesn't cut corners, even though it's a smaller ship and a smaller stage and the big Broadway shows on Royal Caribbean. They bring in the top talent, and it shows. And not only that, we've become close friends with all of those performers because they don't just hide in the shadows when they're not on stage. They're hanging out with us, becoming friends, telling us their stories. And it's just a very enriching experience.
And they have got such a great gig because they've got passenger privileges. So they spend a couple of months a year, a couple of months of contract on these incredible ships with all the passenger comforts and being able to drink and go to these amazing restaurants. Plus, I think probably the best thing about cruising, the thing I love most, regardless of the ships or the destinations, or the stuff, it's meeting the people, and it's the other customers you meet from all over the world, Catherine. You've got no idea what's ahead of you, all these amazing people from all these corners of the world, the larger than life characters. But especially on Seabourn, you become great mates with them. Now, I know it's just a job for them. However, it's more than that. You can tell it's not put on. They're warm, genuine people. They're the best in the industry. I mean, we know coming from aviation.
I just wanted to ask the guys, what's the size of the ship like? I think it's one of the smaller ships. How many people are on board, Kyle?
You've got a capacity of around the upper 300s, maybe close to 400 people total. Guest wise, and about the same crew wise, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio. It's just the right size to feel like you've got enough dining and entertainment venues for that many people. It doesn't feel crowded, even when it is at full capacity. It feels there's so much space, and it's very comfortable. It doesn't have the ice skating rink and the zip lines on board like the giant ships, but you don't really need all of that. You're so well taken care of on these ships that you don't miss that at all.
That's
So,
right.
Kyle, I've got a question for Lindsay. Is it possible to get Lindsay on camera? How are you?
Hi.
So, Lindsay,
How are you?
very well. I'll just introduce you to, Val. You've met Val at some of the big cruise conferences. And then Catherine is,
Hi,
I'm not
Lindsay.
sure where on the screen is Catherine. I work with Catherine at Qantas, and she's never been on a ship before, Lindsay. So, now, and you're fairly new to cruising too. Is that correct?
A handful since being with this lovely man.
Maybe about 5 or 6.
Okay. Now, have you been on Seabourn before?
No, first time.
Okay.
And
this
we'll
is
be
what I
back.
love. So just
Incredible.
your most memorable experience so far.
How do I choose? I think the bathtub. There's a huge bathtub in the bathroom, and I was not expecting that. I've been on a Regent before, and it had a little tub, and I was like, "Yay, that's adorable!" This is like a full size tub with all the little shower gels, little smelly things you
Are they
can put in
molten
there.
brown?
Bubble bath.
Are they molten brown?
Sorry.
Yes,
Are they
molten brown.
Yeah, I love
Insane. I was not
that brand.
expecting that.
And not just 2 or 3 little molten brown things, but like the entire bath was full, about 20 of them, like every kind of like shaving cream and body lotions and just everything.
The full
Beautiful.
aromatherapy experience, whatever you want.
Yeah.
And
Was
as
that
we're
the
speaking
doorbell?
here, one of
Was
our
that-
wonderful
Should we show?
Seaborn
Hi.
members
Thank you.
is here.
We have champagne delivery. Thank you.
Come say hi. Come say hi.
More champagne.
Can you join? Okay. Yay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. We're calling in from Australia.
Yeah, me exactly.
I mean,
Hi, we're calling in from Australia. How long have you been on Seabourn? We won't keep you long. I know you're very busy.
I've been here 2 years.
2 years?
2 years?
3 years.
3 years.
3
Yeah.
years. And I'm just saying the reason we're calling in because Seabourn is our favorite cruise line in the world. And the reason it's our favorite is because of you guys. You guys are the most incredible service professionals in the world. And I'm a flight attendant with some of the other people online, and we salute you. I don't know how you do it because you make it look so effortless. It's genuine. It's intuitive. It's just everything that service is meant to be, but it doesn't feel like service. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for a good comment. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And just to say, he came in to pick up the one champagne bottle and there's left 2 more. So
Oh, I like the sound of that.
And Kyle, for Catherine, that is French champagne. So if you want 6 bottles of French champagne, they say, here you go. Or caviar. It's unlimited caviar. So if you phone up and order caviar anywhere on the ship, in your bedroom, and they'll say, how would you like some more? How many do you want? 3 or 4, 5 or 6? And what about the mini bar, Lindsay? Lindsay, what about the mini bar?
on Seabourn, you just let them know what you want and they'll bring you 20 bottles of aviation gin if you want, or whatever you want. They'll just bring them and stock it for you.
You just give a
So
call.
you just let them know and they'll stock whatever you like.
Yeah.
So it's not sort of pre-selected.
Right.
And it's not mini. Yeah, you're right. We have
No.
2 full-size, 2 small refrigerators, not just one, because there's not enough room for just one fridge.
Now, Lindsay,
know.
the reason I wanted to bring you in, I believe you had a big night the other night. Was that up?
Yep.
Was that up in the observation bar? Was that after the show, perhaps? Just explain a night on Seabourn.
I think that was in the club.
Okay.
That was in the club. I think there was some live music. We shut it all down, whatever. We were with the cruise director. Am I allowed to say that?
Yes.
Okay, Robert. And there was some Belvedere shots being poured for many of us, and these beautiful little like mini, almost like a little champagne glass, so it looked really innocent. And many of those went down the hatch. And
Don't they do something in the sea with champagne and caviar? Did you have that yet?
Yes. Was that called champagne and caviar in the surf?
What is it? A surfboard? What
They
is
have
it?
There's
2 people on each side.
Yeah. A lot of people holding it stable while the servers serve.
Yes.
wow.
It's a
Fantastic.
lot of fun.
And they go
Absolutely
in with their
insane.
uniforms on, is that right? They're going like fully
Yeah.
clothed
Into the sea. They show
Oh,
up all
that's
fancy on
marvelous.
their little boat. They do a little show. They like cruise around and then they bring it in, they deliver it. And it's a big show, and it's absolutely wonderful, fabulous for sure.
And whereabouts in the world are you? You're in the Bahamas, but what's the itinerary on this particular
Well,
cruise?
technically, the Bahamas is actually just a small area off of Florida. What we're in is the Caribbean, the true Caribbean, the Southern Caribbean.
Yeah.
So and it's much more well known, I guess, in North America. There's 3 Caribbeans. There's the East, the West, and the South. And the East is beachy and jewelry stores. The West is you got like your Cozumel, like Mayan ruins and that sort of a thing. And the South is where the rich and famous go. And that's where we are. We're in the South. St Barts, St Kitts, St Antilles.
But of course, darling, of course.
Yeah. And so what are the ports been like? I saw there was some beautiful tropical vegetation and things. What's been the highlight going ashore?
Wow, aside from that caviar in the surf, I think that was probably the highlight.
Definitely the highlight.
But just to go back to that really quickly, talking about the bathtub, this is another Seabourn touch that just amazed us both. Is we got back, nobody knew when we were coming back from that caviar in the surf. We didn't announce to anybody we were going to be back at 4 o'clock or whatever, but they knew because they memorized all of our faces. They know all of our names. I think they sit up at night with a book of all of our pictures to memorize us. It's insane. And so they knew which tender we were getting on, and they turned on the tub and filled it up. And by the time we got to our room, it was a full tub with bubbles and rose petals all around. Ready to go. When we arrived, just perfect timing.
And that's one of those moments I was talking about previously. It's just, it's so hard to believe. And unless you have that experience, we can talk about it now, but there's probably 20 or 30 experiences like that a day on Seabourn, from the moment you wake up to the time you go to bed. And just the cabins are so well designed. Like you reach out of bed and the PowerPoint's there and the switch, and it's just, the detail is just phenomenal. So Catherine, any other questions from a cruise virgin in terms of what it's like on Seabourn or anything?
I just want to know what you're up to tonight. I'm so jealous. What are you doing? Where are you
Tonight
going?
we're going to the Thomas Keller dinner. Like I said, Kathleen and Bruce are having their anniversary, and so they're having a wonderful cocktail caviar pre-dinner experience here, and we're gonna do it all together here in the suite. And then we're going to go to the Thomas Keller, which is the fancy grill steak restaurant.
Yeah.
But I tell you, the regular restaurant, regular is a terrible word.
Exactly.
The restaurant it's
incredible.
It's so fantastic. I can't imagine Thomas Keller topping it. It was so good.
No worries.
I was going to say, you're asking about the ports of call.
Yes.
St. Kitts, Antigua, and St. Lucia we've been to so far. and they've all been really nice. You know, like we saw Robert Redford's home on the top of a hill, and on one side is the Atlantic, one side is the Caribbean, and stuff like that. Not that that's a big deal, but it's just that these are the places that the big people in the world like to call home. So you know, learning about the colonialism and the English and the French and the Spanish and how they kind of battled it out and who got what island and all that. So it's very educational. Yeah. But really, it's almost like those are side notes to the ship. Seabourn is the highlight for sure.
Yeah, in fact, the ship is so nice. I mean, even though those ports are incredible, you think, I don't want to get off the ship. Or if you are off the ship and you're having the most amazing day, you still want to get back for the lunch and to sit by the pool. Yes. I saw you were dressed up maybe in costume the other night. Was that a party, or are you just a little bit of a dress up, or?
One out of every 7 nights. So it's a 7-night cruise. There's usually one formal night where you dress to the nines and you try to impress everybody else.
Okay, cool.
And what's with your new? I think you had a new hairdo for that night. Is that right?
Oh, that night,
Kyle.
This is funny. One of the singers actually has a really short haircut right now, but she has this fake ponytail thing. And she decided to take it off and put it on all of our heads and take pictures. So
it was a fun night. We saw the evidence afterwards.
We had a Trans-Pacific cruise on Seabourn from LA down to Tahiti, I think it was, and we actually had a party in your cabin and the one next door because the balcony opens up or something like that. It was the most outrageous party I've ever been to. I'll drop some photos in, and you can imagine with all the officers there and the caviar and the drinks, and at the back of the ship with the wake, it was just, I still get a headache when I think about that night. So Catherine,
that's great.
Any final questions, Catherine? Any?
Oh gosh. So how long does it go for? Like, have you nearly finished, or have you just begun?
No, we're day 6 of 7 nights. Okay. So we have today. Right now it's moving towards dinner time here. We're gonna have our nice evening. Tomorrow we have another day where we're doing an excursion in Bequia in the Grenadines. We're gonna do a catamaran and snorkeling adventure.
Yes.
And then that will be the final night of the cruise, and then the night of the day after we fly back home.
And so,
what's the longest one they do?
So many
like
people
14
are a second week.
Yeah.
So,
sorry.
What's the longest one they do? Is it like 14 days or longer?
There's a world cruise.
Oh, there'll be world cruises that are at 130 days to go all the way around the world.
Oh my God.
And also, like this one in particular, so many of these people are so impressed by this that they've said we're going to book next week because the ship's not entirely full. So they're like, yeah, we're going to stay another week. And that's,
you can do that.
That's
okay.
Yeah. If it's not sold out next week, it depends on, if it's sold out, but you can back to back as much as you want.
Every time you get on a ship, you get in a routine. You have, you get dressed, you might have cocktails, then you go for dinner, the show. What are you guys doing on board this week?
Well, our routine is pretty simple. We fill out a breakfast card the night before. Right. To say what time we want breakfast, to give you 7:15 to 7:30, whatever, within that window, and they always hit that window perfectly, usually right at the beginning.
Yes.
So I'll set an alarm for about 15 minutes before that, just to make sure we're awake. Breakfast is brought to us at our table here. Anything we want, it's fantastic.
Lots of coffee.
Yeah. And then on a shore day, usually the excursion is immediately after. So we have a morning excursion that gets us back to the ship around 1 or 2. And then in the afternoon, it's sort of siesta time. We relax, enjoy the room, or go down to the pool and enjoy the pool.
Yeah, the pool's lovely.
And then, get dressed up a little bit from shorts and t-shirts or whatever to a more evening. 6 o'clock onwards, it's no shorts or jeans sort of thing in the dining venues, but it's still casual. It's just a little bit dressed up. And so then we'll go down and have cocktails at one of the lounges pre dinner. Then we'll go for an amazing dinner. And then there'll be a show like the Tim Rice show. There's a cellist tonight, and she's an amazing cello player.
Wendy Law.
Law.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And then after that, it's try not to get too drunk at the bar, but it's all socializing the whole time. So that's our day to day.
Okay, well,
good luck.
Any other reflections or anything you, Kyle and Lindsay, would like to say before we leave you? You've been so generous with your time. We can't thank you enough.
I think Val mentioned that it feels like it's family on board. I'm pretty sure that was her who said that.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. That's like, I think I've said that like 50 times on board. I'm like, this doesn't feel like you're being served well, but it feels like you're a part of a community, and like you're actually, the love is here for sure. And that makes all the difference for me. And I will definitely be coming back on a Seabourn for sure.
Yeah. And I have to say something about KVI. I'm just so proud to be part of this team. We have now 110 agents around the world, averaging about 30 years experience in the travel business. And people like James, people like Kathleen are some of the most experienced and best travel agents in the world. You can book online and get a good deal, or you can call one of us and get a better deal and get a better cabin and get better upgrades and get the better inside information. My biggest talent is finding good people, and we have the best people in this business at KVI and Fab Travel that James is heading up.
Oh, well, thank you, Kyle. It's been,
Thanks, Kyle.
It's been one of the most exciting things of my life, getting involved with KVI, and for you to take me on board, that was just fantastic. But probably the best thing about joining KVI is the people, obviously the people we work with, those amazing agents who are our colleagues, but we get to sample all these ships, these amazing ships, which means we can then share that with people and say, you've got to try this. This whole podcast is pretty much designed to get Catherine on a ship, and this is my. If this doesn't do it, I'm out of options. So you guys head off. You have a lovely cruise. Lots of photos, please, and I'll drop all those photos in. And safe travels back to Canada too.
Thank you so much. James.
Thank you. Lovely to meet you guys.
Thanks, Val. Thanks, Catherine. Yay.
Bye, Kathleen.
So coming up, we've got some amazing shows planned. We're going off to the fjords in Norway. Do they yodel in the fjords in Norway? No, that's
Your pants
Switzerland.
too tight, maybe.
That's Switzerland. And then we're off to the Kimberley Coast expedition ship, which is APT. And where else, Catherine?
Tahiti.
Tahiti. And we're excited about Tahiti because we're crossing to Port Gauguin and Windstar, two separate episodes. So if you always want to go to Tahiti, or you love Tahiti like I do, we're having an immersive experience. We're going to be soaking in the lagoon in Bora Bora. Okay, so if you love what we do here, if you've enjoyed that last episode and you want more, and I know you're desperate for us, you're desperate for more, we've got a little favour to ask, and that's to help ensure the algorithm on this platform won't sink us like Rose and Jack on the Titanic.
Oh my God, you'll drive them away.
So favour number one, please hit the subscribe button. You'll find down below, and there's also a little bell that will make sure you get a notification every time we've got a new episode. And finally, please be our friends. Remember to like us, please.
Got any questions for our feature guests this week? Just pop them in the comment section below and they'll answer them especially for you. Remember, for an audio version of each episode, search for us wherever you download your favourite podcasts.
So until next week, Catherine, pack your bags. You need to get off to the doctor and get a script for all those seasickness meds I know you're going to bring on that first cruise. And never, ever forget our motto here at Plain Sailing. What is it, Catherine? Seize the day.
The day.
Oh, hello. We've made it. We're here on Seaborn Odyssey in the Barbados.
Woo.
In the Barbados.
The Barbados.
Enjoying champagne and chocolate-covered strawberries in our glorious Penthouse Suite, Spa Suite, courtesy of Shane Bucksh,
Thank you,
our wonderful friend at Seabourn.
Awesome.
This room is incredible. Probably the nicest cruise ship room I've ever had the pleasure of enjoying. Oh, hello again. This is day 2 of our trip. We are enjoying this cruise so much, and it's only just beginning. I gotta tell you, if COVID's made you forget what pure joy feels like, you need to call your KVI travel agent right now and book a cruise, because wow. I tell you, if you don't have a KVI travel agent already, or a travel agent of any kind, you go to kvi.travel and you find an agent near you. We have the greatest team of travel professionals anywhere.
Woo!
Whoa!
It didn't blow up that
It
time.
didn't blow up, but hey, that's good. And a toast to everybody. They're taking such good care of us on Seabourn. Everybody here is just happy to be here, and I can't tell you how wonderful it feels to be on a vacation again. And come join us. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm gonna bust some myths today about cruising. Number one, the myth that there are no more buffets on cruises. That's been busted. We had an amazing buffet lunch today. It was fantastic. Self-serve and all the fixings, and it was fantastic. Number two, masks. You do not have to wear masks on board these ships. As you can see, we've been maskless. A little bit of mask wearing on some of the excursions, depending on how they go, but generally no masks. Number three, if you look up in the sky, this is the dead center of hurricane season. Could not be more hurricane season than right now in the Caribbean, September 12th. And we've had nothing but blue sky with some nice white fluffy clouds around the whole time. It's been fantastic. It's been warm. It's been gorgeous. My wife has a sunburn. It's great.
Yeah.
And one other thing, a plea from the beautiful island of Antigua here, 85% of their gross domestic product, their economy, is tourism. They are hurting really bad. They are so nice. They've been taking such great care of us, and the entire crew, they really rely on our tourist dollars. So please come spend. They really appreciate it, and they really are showing it. So many things we could talk about. I thought I'd just give a quick update on shore excursions. Today was the highlight so far. We had a beach day where we had caviar and champagne in the surf. So we got right in the water at the beach. It was our own little bubble still. Had a chance to enjoy swimming and snorkeling and water sports and banana boats and paddle boards and just being in the ocean, and in the ocean floating where hosts serving us champagne and caviar in the water. It was fantastic. We've also had a number of fun excursions in Antigua, and we've got a snorkeling catamaran adventure tomorrow in the Grenadines. Wow, just awesome. And they're so reasonable. You would expect them to be so much higher priced, and they're actually very good value for the money. And I can't praise them enough for the fantastic job that they're doing here at Sea. And